What's up, you guys? Danger Rock here, bringing you another review today. Today we're going to be looking at the Marvel Select Spectacular Spider-Man Special Collector Edition action figure. Yes, this is an extra figure that I picked up not too long ago. I found this guy at a thrift store, and as you see right here, he was $29.99. But he comes with all of his extra parts and accessories right here, which is actually really cool. He's sealed in like this clear plastic right here. And to tell you the truth, this is one of my favorite Spider-Man figures ever because it has that really nice classic look to it. It's also a really decent size. It's a little bit taller than the standard 6-inch Marvel Legends. So what I'm going to be doing today is reviewing this guy and comparing him to another spectacular Spider-Man action figure that I have, which, as many of you guys know, has been my favorite Spider-Man figure of all time. But this guy looks really, really cool. And right now we're going to open this guy up. And it turns out the plastic here is thick. So what I'm going to have to do is try to poke a hole in it to cut it open. And this is not the original packaging. The packaging for these Marvel Select figures, I remember, was really large. But out comes our Spider-Man. And before we take a look at Spidey himself, we're going to take a look at his accessories. So I'm just going to stand him up straight and set him aside. He looks very posable. He's got lots of articulated joints. So I actually really like this a lot. So on him he has tooth whipping hands. As you can see right here, he has one set of wall crawling hands, which I really like. He has two fisted hands right here. He comes with his Peter Parker photographer camera right here, which is actually really nice. Even the camera has some really nice detail. Here we have the Peter Parker head sculpt, which I actually really like as well. And what we got right here is a folded mask. So what it looks like you can do with this guy is right here in one of his hands, he has a little bit of a grip right here. So in order to get him holding his mask, you just kind of have to slide it down in there, or actually it just holds in his hand just like that, which is actually really, really cool. So if you move it around, it won't come loose or anything. So I actually really like that a lot. Now, going into the figure itself, I will really say I really do like the red color that they used on here. I think that this looks absolutely fantastic for a Spider-Man figure. The face sculpt alone just kills it. It reminds me of just like the Spectacular Spider-Man comic book look, and I really like that a lot. He also does have these ball joints right here for his legs, which I like. This is something older figures had. And there's just something about the texture of the paint that I really love. Like on the blue right here, you could see some of his muscle sculpt coming right out of the costume. The spider logo on the back looks like that very classic comic book look, which I really like. You can actually see lots of muscle coming through the back of it. When I look at the top of his mask right here, I can see a little darker piece of red, which gives it a really nice looking shadowing effect, like Spider-Man is standing on top of the Empire State Building and he's standing on top of a statue and he's in the shade, which gives it a nice shady look to it. So I really do like that a lot. The blue actually reminds me of like a darker turquoise blue. The blue is very vibrant on this figure. One thing I also really love is that the web lines are just painted. They're not sculpted in there, and they're all even. So I really like the way it didn't come out really sloppy. The paint turned out very, very clean on this guy. On some Spider-Man figures, it looks like a black and red mess right here in the midsection, but on this one right here, they actually did a really good job with that. So as far as articulation goes, you could fully rotate Spider-Man's head a full 360. His head could look upward that far. It actually goes down pretty far, actually almost all the way down to his chin right here. His arms can fully rotate. They hinge out, they hinge up and down, they bend at the elbows. They swivel at the elbows. They move in the wrist. They can rotate up and down at the wrist, which is really cool. He has a torso joint for his torso articulation right here, which is actually really, really nice. It can hinge up and down, side to side. His legs can kick outward that far. It's actually limited right here from a ball joint. So if you want to get his legs in different kicking poses, you actually have to rotate his ball joint right here. His knees bend right there at a 90-degree angle. He also has movement in the feet. His feet move up and down, which is really, really cool. And overall, I feel like he's actually very, very poseable. When you do move this guy, I will say his joints do stiffen, so I try not to move it around too much because I believe this is a pretty old figure now, and I don't want to mess around with it. So we're going to stand this guy up straight, nice and tall. Take a look at his camera and his Peter Parker head. So the camera you could just put right around his neck right there. I actually really like that. I'm actually not going to mess around with the interchangeable heads and stuff, just because I don't want to get paint rub on the figure. But setting this guy aside, what I have for you guys, as far as comparisons go, is I'm going to bring out another spectacular Spider-Man figure, which, guys, it gets even better because my favorite Spider-Man figure of all time is this red and blue superposable spectacular Spider-Man from 2008 to 2009. This was part of their Spider Charged line of figures. And this one has actually remained a fan favorite of mine to this day. He is super articulated. He's super accurate to the show. I feel like right here I got Spectacular Spider-Man comic and cartoon. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand these two guys up right next to each other and get a nicer look and comparison. There we go. So as you can see, both Spider-Mans are spectacular in every sense of the word. This guy right here, of course, he has a lot more webbing on him. This guy right here is definitely more accurate to the show. The web lines just kind of go in different patterns. But one thing that they do have that's different is the spider on his front is completely different, but the spider on the back does look a little bit more similar. It's, of course, the 8-leg spider on the back of him, which I actually really, really like. And both these guys, I feel like, you can get these guys into all kinds of poses. Lots of, like, if you really wanted to, get them into some wall crawling poses and whipping poses. I think they both turn out really, really great. But what I do like about this guy a little bit more is he's got a little bit more size and a little bit more bulk to him. The top of the figure isn't really top heavy at all. It's just kind of heavier than what you would see on a regular 6-inch figure. But this one right here, I feel like it represents the best era in Spidey history. And what I mean by that is the Spectacular Spider-Man comic book run to me was spectacular. I really enjoyed reading those. I haven't gotten to reading all of the issues yet, but I'm still collecting them. I'm still finding them and reading them. But as far as Spider-Man cartoons right here, I feel like this one is always going to hold that #1 spot for me. It was just so well developed, and it feels like the show creators really loved what they were doing. And I first spotted this guy right here at a Disney store years ago, and I had actually gotten him. This is just another one that I actually picked up. And I just fell in love with the look of the classic Spider-Man design. You know, I also have all the movie Spider-Man figures. The Raimi figures were my favorite from Toy Biz. Some of the later costume designs and stuff, I like those as well. I just wasn't as big of a fan of them as I was this classic look right here. And what I do like about it is it has a really like bright red to it. This one kind of reminds me a little bit more of a metallic red, and what's really interesting about these two is they're superposable. This guy right here has toe articulation. This larger one does not. But then again, this one comes with interchangeable heads and accessories. This guy has butterfly joints right here. This guy does not. They just hinge up and down. So while they are similar, they are also different in their own respective ways. And if I had to highly recommend one of them for being spectacular, I mean, I would probably go with this one right here. But this one right here, he's a lot easier to find, and the price point for him varies depending on if he comes with his accessories or not. So this guy right here is a decent size. I would definitely recommend picking him up for any Marvel Legends or Marvel Select collector out there, because he's just going to look so great and colorful on your shelf. So that's just my opinion of this guy. And he actually is really nice if you get him in like some wall crawling poses or some whipping poses. I actually think he is not going to disappoint you in any way. This is a really nice looking Spider-Man figure. So yeah, this has been my review of the Marvel Select Spectacular Spider-Man action figure. If you liked this video, please leave a like. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you think of this figure? Do you guys think this guy was worth picking up? Because he was definitely worth picking up for me. And thank you guys for watching as always. And I'll see you guys on the next video review.